This video, we want to cover a few things that will likely happen this week. And this is based on the economic data and of course the environment we're in. One of the things that I always do every Sunday, every weekend anyway, is that I make sure to look at some of this key data that comes out for the coming week. The reason is because that way I am somewhat prepared for the good case or the worst case scenario. So I'm going to show an example of what I mean as we go along in this video. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for clicking on this one. Remember, the goal here is to stay informed and of course make informed decisions that can help us in our finances. One thing that I would like to start with off the bat is that we have a situation that is brewing, as you know, with the Iran and Israel, and of course the US being involved in all of this. And from the headlines right now, we're seeing that the US is probably preparing ground troops. And what we know is if we have a situation in which we have ground troops being sent into Iran, that is not good for the market. That is not good for the current administration. And that means that this could become another Iraq, right? And that is not what we want. We are tired of wars. We don't want wars, you know. So all of that is something that we are watching. And it's a developing story as of now. And the Iran regime is obviously ready or preparing for some, troops to be sent into their country. So we'll see how that plays out. We already have a market that is very volatile and fragile at this time. And the previous 4 weeks has shown what the market will do. So if, for example, oil prices go lower, then the stock market rises. If oil prices go higher, the stock market falls. That is what we've been seeing. The second thing that we've been seeing is the fact that the president has offered a deadline. Initially gave them, I think it was a 5-day deadline, and further extended it. The point here is we have a moving target, but we don't need to panic. The reason why we don't need to panic is because when you have an understanding of what you're doing and how you're investing your money, then you shouldn't panic. As long as you make sure that you have enough money in a savings account, high yield savings account to be specific, to cover your immediate needs, and you wouldn't need any money that is put into the market in the near term, then you're good. I always say something, any money that is invested is money gone. That means it's working. That means it's busy. That means it's not accessible. And that's the same mindset you want to have. The reason is because you don't want your emotions to be buried in the news and to be worried about what the market is doing and what the president is doing or saying. We don't want any of that stress. We already have a lot of things to deal with in life. Family, health, food, where to sleep, right? So the point here is we do have a lot of things to occupy our minds with. Let's talk about the first thing, the economic data, okay? This economic data that we are seeing for this week, that there's some important ones, but I think on Wednesday we have the ADP jobs report. This is something that comes out, I believe it's once a month. And this is something that we may not be ready for. Remember, we've been seeing this unemployment rate tick higher. We've been seeing a lot of layoffs due to AI, right? And we are seeing these numbers getting worse by the week. The question is, what is this ADP report going to show? What is it going to tell us? Well, we'll find out on Wednesday. The other thing that is important on Thursday will be the initial jobless claims. In the US anyway, this one is projected to tick a little higher. And that is not good for the economy. And of course, on Friday, we have the unemployment report or unemployment rate report. That is something that will come out on Friday. So these are key economic data that will point us in, at least based on what has happened. You have to remember, every of this report is often based on what's happened in the past and how the economy, how we would handle it is obviously said to be told, right? Because remember, they're laying off all these people. We're having inflation go higher. We're seeing fuel prices, or in this case, oil going higher. All of those factors are things that are likely to make things harder, or at least make the Fed's job harder, because inflation is one of the things that they've been fighting for the past couple of years now. And If this continue to persist, if this factors continue to persist and even get worse, we are likely to find ourselves in a place where we don't want to be. Despite all of this that is happening, despite all this uncertainty, one of the things that I always say is that the market has existed for a long time. We do not have to worry or try to predict where the market will be a year from now or 2 years from now, because that information isn't of importance right now. What is important to us though is that we have an option of where we could put our money. We could choose to put our money in a savings account and let inflation erode buying power over time, or we could use our money to pay down debt if you have some debt, or we could invest our money and stand a chance for a potential increase somewhere down the line in the future. So if you know that those are the three options, so either you could choose to save your money, you could choose to pay down debts because you want to reduce your debt, or you want to invest it. If those are the three options you have, and I know the basic one is maintaining your lifestyle and living and all that, but we're talking about the extra money that you can save, the 10%, the 5% you can save, the 20% you can save, depending on what your budget is like, right? That extra money you can put aside. What do you want it to do for you? Do you want it to pay down debt? Do you want to put it towards an investment? Do you want to put in a savings account where it's safe, but at the same time, safe doesn't necessarily mean that it's great, because you have inflation rising by the day, which means that we have eroding buying power over time. One thing I would say is this: you have these decisions to make. Of course, you have to look at your own finances and make a decision. And if you're still watching this video at this point, please don't forget to drop a like. Please, I appreciate it, because at the end of the day, I enjoy talking about finance, and I hope that this information is helpful to an extent to whoever finds it valuable. So pick up where I stopped. My goal here is that, or what's your goal? All right, what are you trying to achieve? This is the time to really stay ready and be prepared for any unforeseen things. Is this going to be a drawn-out war where this will lead to a depression, a market crash, and we are in this state of war for a longer than expected period? Or is this going to be a quick one where in a week or two this is all over and then the market recovers? Either way, we have to choose what we want our money to do. You can choose to put your money in a savings account, or you can choose to pay down debt. If you want to pay down debt, that's not a bad thing as well, because at the end of the day, paying down debt relieves you of that obligation. But at the same time, we also can take advantage of investing. When you see opportunities like this, when the market is lower, these are great times to buy. These are great times that you can double, triple your money, because if the market has dropped 10, 15, 20%, for example, and you are buying it now, guess what? That's your starting point. And you already have a gap of about 15, 20% that will automatically regained once the market recovers, when things are clear. The market doesn't like uncertainty, hence the reason why we are seeing this type of drawdown in the market. So do not be worried. In my opinion, be excited as long as you're not over leveraged. The people who get burned a lot in times like this are people who are on, maybe borrowed money. They're worried about what is happening in the market. If the market continues to fall, what will they do? But if you're not leveraged and you're using your own hard-earned money, why worry? This is an opportunity that will not often come around. If you think back to the last time we saw this opportunity was the Liberation Day announcement, when the market fell, and that was a very quick recovery. The next one that we could go back to was the COVID period, when the market dropped a lot, or even 2022 when the market dropped a lot. But those were great buying opportunities, and if you look back now, you are definitely higher than where you started back then. So the same mindset, the same approach is exactly what you want to take. One thing to also keep in mind: we don't know what this week is going to be like. We do not know exactly how this will play out. But one thing we know is that we see an opportunity, we take the opportunity. We see the opportunity, we take the opportunity. That is what we want to do.